All right, welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. Let's check out what's going on. We've had some serious action in the crypto market, and maybe we're going to hold some of those gains. So let's check out what's happened and how some alts are holding their position. All right, looking at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly, 10 billion last 24 hours, it's up 21%. So not quite pumping like it was yesterday, but still holding its volume. We're in the middle of the week. It's a good place to be. All right, longs and shorts. The longers and the shorters with the big money are definitely keeping their cards close to their chest, but some are definitely getting wrecked here and there. And I consistently see big buys layering in over the last 2 days. Or I should say since yesterday. Looking at longs versus shorts for Bitcoin on Binance, where the big money is, 53% long, 46% short. So definitely a long bias on Binance, but not massive, but definitely a noticeable long bias. And unusually, Ethereum is 58% long, 41% short. Usually it's an incredible long bias for the longers and shorters for Ethereum. So I'll just take that as a measurement. We'll see what comes of it. Even though it has decreased some, the spot trading, all the spot trading pairs on the big exchanges, the top 20, are still in the green. Bitcoin coming in at 70,045. Looking at the top 100 in general, they have chilled out since yesterday. And this is the thing: is are we going to hold some of those gains that we got recently for some of the alts? We shall see. Gala is still making big moves at 16%, and Floki game token, or meme coin, I guess you should say, is 7.5% up. So still we have some things running, which definitely is typical. Looking at the US dollar strength index, the DXY, we are making, so you can't see this a little better on the laptop, but if I pull this in, it's a daily chart. We are making a bounce off of the bottom of this upwards channel that DXY has been in. So if we do start pushing from here, and that is the 200 moving average on the daily, I think definitely we'll probably see that start to slow the crypto pump down. Crude oil, U.S. oil, for whatever reason, it's still decreasing in price per barrel this week. So that's always weird. Never makes sense. I do hear that we're burning up more reserves here in the U.S. to make that happen. I don't know. One can think of that as they may. I'm not sure we have enough reserves to really make a difference. I think that's more just media caterwauling about stuff. Gold sideways this week, and so is silver after recent gains. Looking at Bitcoin here on the 45-minute chart, it's given a little bit back. You can see that in the squeeze indicator, but it's beginning to turn up. So immediate price action, definitely, even though it's given a little bit back recently, the indicators would show that we're probably turning up. So we'll see if we can keep a nice volume. I imagine that will continue this week. Looking at a 4-hour chart here for Bitcoin, it's very, very good looking. What I like is that it broke the 200 moving average, broke to 314, and it's moving along. And Bitcoin is doing something where I usually take this as a bit of a bullish sign, is when it starts stepping like this, that usually means that it's got some good momentum. So it would not surprise me if we saw the next step. I'm sorry about that. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, crud, sorry. Bonk. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay. It would not surprise me if we saw the next step somewhere like this, around like 76,000, or just wherever, just a continuation. You could almost do a fib sequence in times like this and kind of go, okay, here's where we started our little move, and let me not bother with that. Too early in the morning. So anyway, Bitcoin looking good. You could almost do a nice upwards channel here. And that would make total sense in the 4-hour chart. I know we're looking at kind of immediate price action here. We certainly are. But still, I kind of see an upwards channel there. I see us retracing a bit, and that makes sense because that's how the squeeze indicator looks. We're beginning to chill a little bit. Directional index has been on the way down. ADX is still pretty positive, and we've had some volume come in for sure. And I like what I'm seeing here. You could also fire up here on the forward chart. Let me see if I have it handy. Standard. I'll start using it again. Yeah, sorry. I'll save it where I can get it here. And the Keltner bands are very good to in times like this. Can I see it quickly here? Keltner. Don't want to hold you up. As you can see, I have. Here we go. Let's see if I can pull this off. Do we see the Keltner bands? Let's see. Keltner. There we go. Then we'll just nix this. And let me go to a 4-hour chart. That's what this is tuned to. And see if I can pull this in where it makes some sense. There we go. Sorry about that. So your Keltner bands, and you can just look on a trading view, just search for Keltner. It's Keltner. There's a bunch of different ones, and you can get into tuning them. But basically, the 4-hour chart works with them very well, and you can tune them for different time frames. But as you can see, when you're in the green, you're in the buy. When you're in the red, you're probably overbought. It's time for retrace. And so definitely, when you push in like we have, you're going to probably see a retrace. So here we saw a retrace follow. And here we'll probably see a retrace follow as well. So Bitcoin is looking pretty good to me. I think we'll probably see, just high octane speculation here. But if we keep this nice volume going, I do think we'll probably see, what I was thinking here. And we will see this. We'll probably see here was your step. You can kind of say oh, look, like maybe here was a step, and you can kind of look here and go, okay, here's a step, and I'm not gonna do it. I'll just eyeball it right now. But if you were to average these steps, I find, you're probably going to say around set. Would not surprise me if we pump up to 75,000 this week if we continue being a bit bullish. And I'm not really seeing any reason why not. It's always a little hard to call. Bitcoin's been a little bit crazy to chart right now, but if I look at the daily chart, daily MACD is in a positive place where definitely it would make sense that we make some gains. And also we're above the 200 moving average in the 314. So daily chart, in my opinion, for Bitcoin is looking pretty strong. You never know, but let's just hang tight. I think that, we do have a situation here where, we did have a recent high, and of course that's going to be a bit of, resistance. So we're going to have to get over that recent high. But if we do, get above 73,300 or so, I think we're definitely going to see some, insanity ensue. And we could quickly do let's do this, maximize, let's go like this, pull it all in. If we were to, let's just do a fib sequence like this. And yeah, I mean, this is really tight. This is really, really tight. So it makes sense. I think we're either going to see a 382 or a .5 retrace. 382 would be 51,000. .5 would be 44,000. That would freak people out. But really, just looking at the pattern, I think it's either pretty much, it's always a weak place. I don't like anywhere up here between the top and the 236 and the 382. They're just weak unless you're making that 2-3 bounce and we make a nice strong move up and we get past that previous high. And I think that maybe we're setting up for that. So my bias, at least this week, is long. I'm going to be a bit daring and say that's my bias. Ethereum really moved recently. It's looking wonderful. It's all about, at this point, really, can it hold the gains that it took? Somehow, whenever Ethereum is doing well, ETC, Ethereum Classic, is usually doing well. And, it's retracing a bit, but it's holding its recent high as well. So this is what I'm just thinking is, could we see these On Bitcoin, the longer it runs sideways, even just sideways, it gives you all a chance to really move, as we saw yesterday. So Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, can they hold these highs? Interesting. We'll just see. A lot of alts are in that place where am I going to keep this or am I going to give it back? So I think definitely if we see spot trading volume go into the red as this week progresses, slow down over the weekend, definitely those would be some amazing short positions and such like that. So but we'll play that as we get closer. Looking at Solana, USD on Coinbase. I like trading on Coinbase recently. If you become the proper membership level, the trading fees are not insane like they are if you're not. So I'm just kind of liking it because it's an exchange where I can just be American and buy and sell and not have to worry about using a VPN and stuff. Not that you shouldn't use a VPN. I'm just saying I just kind of got tired of the hassles of using exchanges that us little US users aren't really supposed to use. Anyway, but you can. I'm not endorsing or not endorsing using any exchange you want to use. I'm just finding I'm just liking Coinbase recently. They have enough pairs, and I like trading against USD for some reason. So looking at Solana, you can see it's beautiful, 45-minute upwards channel here. Solana is definitely an alt that I think is doing just extraordinarily well. And now that we're at the bottom of this channel, and the fact that I can easily buy it on Coinbase against USD, I think I might pick me up some Solana because I think we're probably going to bounce off the bottom of this channel and then have a continuation. Solana is looking pretty strong to me. It's a 45-minute chart. You can see the squeeze indicator looking good. You can see directional index is in the red, but ADX is trending up. No incredible volume to speak of, but there is some. Let's look at the same chart on the 4-hour and see how that's looking. 4-hour, we definitely can get some more perspective, and 4 hours cooling off a bit still. Let's see what happens. I myself am thinking that we might be in the sweet spot for a continuation. That's just my bias. I think Solana might be a nice buy. I think so. Not financial advice, but to me, unless the market gets a little crazy, I don't see why I couldn't expect to revisit top of this channel again. And then, of course, if that happens, I'll just put I'll probably be running a trailing take profit or something like that. But I think that I'm liking what I see here. So Solana, definitely something I might get into today, like now, like after the video. Looking at Theta versus USD on Binance. This is actually Theta versus USDT, and this is on Binance.us, another exchange I like just because it's for US users. This is really an interesting fib pattern. I'm looking at a 6-hour chart here. It's about the 200. It's challenging that 314. It's in the right place here in the chart. I think we're beginning to see an uptake. I like Theta as a project, and I just dig what I'm seeing here. So if we look at let's pull this in. Let me get rid of all the scribbles. And if we look at it, there we go. Let it render. I think we're seeing, it's beginning to give a little bit back. It's doing a little retrace. But if we look, it hasn't really been, look at this pattern. It really has not been retracing that much. So once I see this guy start turning around here on the 45-minute chart, the squeeze indicator, I could see another one of these beautiful little plays coming in. And that's always, very exciting to me. So Binance US, maybe I'll grab some of my Tether over there and get into some Theta. I like what I'm seeing. What else about it? Yeah, other than that, it's just looking good. You can see I do a parallel channel here. I think you can kind of see a nice upwards channel. Oh, and look at that. This is something I always like to see. So you've got upwards channel, then you break it. So your upwards channel, you're doing your thing. You break the upwards channel, you break out, you come back, and you find that top of that channel now support. And we're above the 45 on the 45-minute. We're above the 200 and the 314 on the 4-hour. If I look at a 6-hour, it's an interesting moment because we're just now trying to break that 314 moving average. And I can also say this is one of our blockchain education secret indicators. I can't give you the details on what exactly it is, but this symbol right here means that something very interesting just happened right here on the 6-hour chart, and it wouldn't surprise me if we can break above that 314. So with that said, every play is a little crazy. Never financial advice. I'm gonna working on making these shows better, and definitely getting back on the main computer and not the laptop. But I really do want to kind of share some alts that I'm in, and just hopefully we can all join the team and come in for the big win together. Check this. Okay, all is looking good. Okay, one more thing. Now it's the news part, so if you don't care, you can drop off. We are done. But if not, copper futures prices set records. If this makes sense, if you're a metals person, I think copper is cool. And if you go to the coin store, you can buy copper ingots, or you can whatever. But I like what I'm seeing, and it makes sense during this time for many reasons. I think copper is definitely set to make some money. If you like gold, you like silver. One of the fun things about copper is it's just plain cheap, even though it's making money, and it's not a bad place to park some wealth. I think stacking copper is really kind of cool, and it's fun to get that nice 10-ounce ingot, and just looks cool. Neocon. So I won't read this out loud. You can see it, but the queen of the queen of darkness is really she disappeared for a while, and now she's back. I guess she's like she was given a professorship or whatever at some university, which is just insane. That's why I'm glad I never went to college, because if this wicked creature is what they consider an educator, well, I'm glad that I never bothered to complete my university time. Queen of Darkness is back. And I'm just saying, this is the face that may ensure you never see your grandkids either be born or again. We are in a very, very bad time geopolitically, and this by far is the stupidest idea ever. And why this particular wretched creature wants to scorch the earth, well, I don't know. Just look at that face. I do judge books by their cover, and no one looks that. She looks like what is it, Brennan? John Brennan. They could be like a that's his name, right? Yeah. They could be twins. You could even do I'll what's his name? John Brennan. Yeah, there we go. This is him, right? Yeah, there we go. Look at this. then look at the Queen of Darkness. Then look at him. Anyway, breaking Tony Blair to replace Klaus at the WEF. Anyway, who knows if this is true, but just like when you think things couldn't get worse, well, they do. So anyway, who cares? I personally think the WEF's out of style, and I don't think that I don't think it has the power people think it does, and I think that it's really going to. I don't think it's going to be a part of the new multipolar world order, and that's a good thing. And putting this ass clown as the what is it? Taking Mr. Klaus's place, I think, is just it just shows that that organization is a joke and nobody cares about it. So anyway, with that said, Bitcoin Truth Seekers, we'll work on making these better. I got to get on my big computer and keep a bunch of charts open. I'm working on moving it so I could actually, it's not in a place where I can leave it on all the time. So we're going to make these better. We're going to get in trades. I'll do my best to share the good stuff with you. And I'll do better than this one. And I'll do better than that one next, and next, and next, and next. We'll make this where we can actually get some good trades in. And let's do my best to share what I see that's setting up well. So everybody, take care and keep being a truth seeker. Thanks for being an optimist and believing in a positive future for humanity, unlike these two wretches. And let me pull it up real quick. And this wretch, you're on Team Ascension and Team Beautiful Sci-Fi future for humanity, where our grandkids have grandkids. And anyway, take care, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.